I'm recording.
Hmm?
Oh, shit. I'm recording now.
What?
I'm recording now. There's recording happening.
When do my hands go away on this side? Huh. There's a lot of table.
There is a lot of table.
What about here?
I can see not even your sandwich.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot more table over there.
Yeah.
I'll pull on your sandwich. Oh, there it is. It was just off screen.
Since we're recording, I'm going to start eating. Ah, it's creamy. Okay. So,
What's today's topic, Nick? Oh, don't do that.
Just that I'm gonna hit stop recording and not tell you.
today's topic
I like how you're looking up at the camera even though I can't see you.
I'm scared of it, is open world games.
Ooh.
What about them?
Ooh.
Favorites, what do you like about them? Most,
What makes a good open world game? What makes a bad open world game?
normal shits?
Okay.
The same format. Nick.
Oh, Nick's goes first. Because he doesn't want us to say Mass Effect.
Mass Effect's not really an open world game.
The new one might be.
Sure.
The new Zelda is. Let's talk about games that aren't out yet.
Isn't Zelda the old one kind of open world?
Yeah.
Not the old one. Maybe the old one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know at least Ocarina of Time was kind of open world.
Mm-hmm.
And Majora's Mask was kind of open world.
Mm-hmm.
They are open world games. You know, I never really considered them to be open world games for some weird reason.
It's because they're...
Banjo-Kazooie's kind of open world too, isn't it? Less.
I wouldn't consider that one because...
Well, it's got a hub. It's got like a...
It's got a hub
an
and
overworld.
you are blocked off until you
over.
do certain things.
I think games like Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, and the other ones, the 3D ones as well, probably aren't considered open world
Because you need items to get places.
No, well, it's because there's still load screens to get to places. Like when you go into a dungeon, you still have to go through a load screen to go to a dungeon. Like when you go to the open world, the outside world, you still have to get through a load screen to get there.
Yeah, but you don't have... There's no, like, set way you have to do things, right? Do you have to do things in a certain order?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that. It feels open worldy.
Yeah, it does, but like the new one's going to be complete. Like the original was open world; you could go wherever. You just wouldn't necessarily be able to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Link to the Past was open; you could go wherever. You just wouldn't be able to do everything necessarily. The new one's supposed to be like right from the get go. You could beat the game if you wanted to.
Just go straight to the boss.
It'd just be really hard.
And I'm pissed off that they've now announced that it's not going to be a launch title for the Switch.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
When it what? Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of...
It was supposed to be...
Sorry, I'm really fat today. I just want donuts.
I'm really hungry too, so I'm gonna...
That's why I got a
I'm gonna be fat right there with you.
Thanks, bro.
So go, talk about your shit.
I was gonna say, shit, what was I gonna say? I got completely off track. We're talking about Zelda. I was like, well, I guess Zelda might be. Zelda's definitely not my favorite because I haven't really played any of those games to the fullest potential. Shit, I had a good one because I prepared because I know the questions.
Okay, no, we'll just
Ed, what's your favorite?
No, don't do that to me. Just say Red Dead like we all know you're going to.
It's not Red Dead, I swear. And it's not Mass Effect, and it can't be Bioshock, can it?
No.
GTA?
Oh,
Fuck
thank you. Saints Row 2.
I was gonna say Saints Row next.
Okay.
Saints Row 2 is my favorite open world game. Not that I remember any specifics, locations, or anything like that, but it was just a very fun sandbox game. I guess this could also be like sandbox games, which is what most open world games
Well, open world and sandbox, I think those terms are interchangeable.
But it's interesting, right? Because like Saints Row 2 came out, I think, around the same time as Grand Theft Auto 4. Similar, they coexisted at similar times. I believe those are the only two like modern open world sandbox games out. And previous to that was San Andreas, and San Andreas did all this stuff that people really liked. Like it was very open world. It gave you a shit ton of options for your character. It was like goofy and exaggerated, but also had a lot of like realness to it. And then GTA 4 came out and it gutted like pretty much all the fun stuff and added in like not that it's not fun because it's a very fun game, but like all of the extra goofy stuff that was in San Andreas wasn't in GTA 4. But Saints Row 2 came out and it kind of had all that goofy stuff. So it's kind of like San Andreas split into those two games. So if you wanted like the realistic, good story that GTA usually offered, you would play GTA 4. If you wanted the goofy sandbox fun stuff, you played Saints Row 2. So I just remember having a lot of fun playing Saints Row 2 as opposed to GTA.
Yeah, Saints Row as a series was one that was like, I didn't like the concept of it when it first came out because I was like, it's just trying to be a GTA clone, but it's stupid.
It was a GTA clone.
But at that time I was like, it doesn't have all the cool stuff that GTA does, like
guns and cars
and prostitutes.
Well,
and
the
stuff.
driving was terrible in the first game.
It was a lot better in the second
like Saints
one.
Row 1.
Mm-hmm.
I started with 3, so I don't know.
It took a weird path.
It did take a weird path, I know that much.
The Saints Row games kind of was like...
Jump the shark a little bit.
Well, it was like similar humor to GTA. It was kind of like tongue-in-cheek, satire, shit, in like the first game.
And then the tongue ripped through the cheek.
And then the second game got a little bit like over the top, and the third game got... You're like a business who's also a gang.
Yeah.
and then the fourth game, you're a fucking superhero.
Well, you're the president. Let's not. You're only a superhero in an alien computer simulation, which that makes way more sense than you're just a superhero.
The first Saints Row, I remember it being almost serious. Like you were like a member, like an up and coming member of the Saints Row gang, and yeah, it was in the same vein as like GTA, where it was kind of goofy, but there was like a layer of realism over that.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't like it as a concept, because it's just another GTA. Like, why would I play this over the new one, which is like better graphics, all these new things? It wasn't until Saints Row 2 where I was like, oh wow, this is actually really fun.
Well, you didn't really
game
because like San Andreas was kind of gone, or you didn't really want to play San Andreas anymore because games like GTA 4 were out, I believe.
Yeah, probably.
And like, so Saints Row 2 kind of filled a niche that like, or a niche, scratch niche, filled a niche. Who knows?
Both.
It filled in.
Those are both applicable terms.
That GTA 4 didn't, which was goofy and fun.
I actually ended up liking. I never finished GTA 4. I couldn't get into it.
I did. I liked it.
I know you did. But I really liked Saints Row 2.
I liked it better. A lot better.
I liked the protagonist better. The reason I don't think I was able to finish GTA 4 was because I hated Nico Bellic.
I love Nico.
I hated him so much.
Hey Nico, it's your cousin.
I would go on a limb and say that Nico is the second best GTA protagonist.
Behind the guy from Vice City?
Behind... Tom Rivers said he's hilarious. Behind Trevor. And maybe... I think his name's Carl? I forget the name, the guy from San Andreas.
Yeah. CJ?
CJ, yeah. Because CJ was awesome. And he did a lot of goofy stuff. And you could go eat carrots and get thin, or eat burgers and get fat. That game was awesome.
That's one of the GTA mechanics that they should have brought back for 5.
Fable mechanics.
Well, it's weird because I feel like 5, the characters really were what they were. That's a weird thing to say.
They started bringing back goofiness to GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA 5 I think is, yeah.
But it's
join a cult.
Yeah.
But that's like a goofy thing. That GTA 5 has kept a very, very similar tone, I think, since Vice City. GTA 3 was goofy in its own right, but I think GTA 3 was kind of more serious than Vice City was.
GTA 4 came out in a time where games were like, all the games were like super gritty and like serious, and there wasn't a lot of like, hey, this is fun because it's fun kind of games. Like, so I think GTA 4 going in the kind of more realistic route was their answer to being like, well, people aren't really into goofy games anymore.
I don't know. It might have been their way of trying. Like, I said this when it came out. That it was kind of like a test. Like a test of a bunch of new systems, like the Endorphin engine and a couple other things, because like there wasn't anything like GTA 4 when GTA 4 came out. It did so much stuff, so it felt so real, because it was a very visceral game. Like hitting somebody with your car in GTA 4 was like the first time you do it, you're like, oh, it kind of feels bad. Hold on, because like in Vice City, when you hit somebody with your car, they just sprawled out on the floor, and there's one, and they they spread eagle on the ground. It's like, and you didn't even feel it. You just heard a noise and your controller went. In this game, if you run down a bunch of civilians, your car slows down and starts chug-a-lugging because you're killing people.
Yeah.
So like it really took, and I think that's where it needed to go. And now GTA 5 came out, and it kind of brought back a little bit of what GTA like was in its variety, but also had a lot of, you know, the same gritty realism.
What I want is from GTA 6, so in about 12 years from now, is for them to have the endorphin engine plus the BeamNG car engine, the car damage engine from what's that car game that uses that?
I forget. It's in Steam. It's good.
Yeah. But they're entering a whole new realm of realism if they put those two things together.
And then VR, and then just feel like you're dying every day.
And that jacket that like punctures your stomach when you get shot.
Jesus, is that legit?
Yeah, there's a vest that somebody made that has like these little pistons or whatever, and there's like sections of pistons so that when you're in a video game like a shooter, wherever you get shot from, it fires off a piston, so it feels like you're getting shot in the chest.
That's
crazy. That is.
Oh, I can't wait to just relax and play some fucking COD or something.
You don't play that to relax.
No. You don't. You play that to... If I had all that stuff on in GTA, I would try my ever-loving fucking hardest to just follow the rules. And not do any stupid...
Pacifist run.
I'd just be like,
GTA.
Gotta stop the car.
Oh, red light.
Don't want to get in an accident and feel it.
Don't want the guy in front of me to come out with a gun for some reason and start shooting at me.
I would actually kind of love that. Yeah, GTA is not GTA. Saints Row 2 is my favorite open world sandboxy game.
All right.
Okay.
Podcast done.
Podcast over. Okay, bye.
All right. I guess I'll say. We can't have a podcast about open world games, I think, without mentioning MMOs.
Oh no.
More specifically, the open world of Warcraft.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no!
I was about to say that we talked about this, but we didn't.
What,
we
World of Warcraft?
We haven't yet.
Nah.
Technically.
Yeah. Okay.
We did, but we didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't make it.
Yeah.
Died.
It's on the cutting room floor.
Is that what they call it when a child dies?
It's left on the cutting room floor. I mean, if it's a cesarean section,
or not. It's a weird hospital.
But I think World of Warcraft is probably my favorite open world game. Because I think it is an open world game, technically. Even though I've said this to you, that I think I'm done with World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Even though the expansion came out like 2 months ago, and it's really good, and everybody seems to be liking it, I think I'm done with World of Warcraft. But that being said, I think it's still my favorite open world game, just because of it does feel like a world, or at least it used to. Now, after all these expansions, it kind of feels closed off, and you really only spend your time in one area of the game, and then when you need to go to other areas of the game, you pretty much just warp there. And there's not a lot of but
like we didn't say last week. When we first played it, it definitely felt big and real.
Yeah,
coming out of the initial starting zone, and then walking into your main city and feeling so small against something like that was something that World of Warcraft did so well.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that Blizzard has tried to pull back a bit, is the whole it takes a long time to get from point A to point B because you have to actually walk, because now everybody gets a mount at level 20, and even if you don't get a mount at level 20, which gets you around quicker, most classes have a you can run fast now ability that you get at level 6 or whatever. And so getting around is a lot quicker. But back in Vanilla WoW, which is how I remember World of Warcraft the best, you didn't get a mount till 40.
Nope.
And if you needed to get somewhere, especially traversing the continents, you needed to run for about 15 minutes down toward to the blimp bay. You need to get on a zeppelin and then go to the other continent, and then you have to get off the zeppelin and then run.
It's weird.
With your little legs, your little stubby ass legs, to another area.
Back in Vanilla WoW, those things I didn't hate. I didn't hate those things, like getting on like the tram to go to Ironforge, or getting on the blimp to go to wherever the fuck, or getting on the boat to go to wherever the fuck. I liked that stuff. These days when it's like, oh, I have to take a fucking boat, I can't just teleport there. Fuck this game. Why? Where's my legendary? Everyone gets one. Where is it?
I think
no one's special anymore.
Yeah, well, that fucking pisses me off too.
Nothing's sacred or special in World of Warcraft, which is the biggest problem I have with it at the moment.
Nowadays, it's like, I remember, like...
I got legendary pants.
Yeah, like... when you got a legendary, that was like saying something. You had to work for your legendaries. Now it's just like, oh, you'll just get one. If you keep playing, you'll get one.
Everyone has to be special.
If everyone's special, guess what?
No one is.
Yeah, that's the saying, right?
Yeah.
But I think liking those things, like how long it took to get places, we didn't mind that so much because when we were like 14 when Vanilla WoW was like big, like 15. So we had a shit ton of time. We didn't have jobs. We only went to school for like 5 hours a day. How long is school? I don't know how long school is.
Like 8 to 2:30.
Yeah, something like that.
8? Starting at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's a long day. It's like 6 hours.
It's like, 6 hours. 6 hours sounds about right. We didn't have to go to work for 8 hours and then come home and like have to go to bed soon because we have to get up and do all that shit all over again, or like fucking.
Come at 2 o'clock.
2:30ish. I think it was 2:15 in high school.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what we had to complain about back in high school.
Nothing. Nothing was the answer.
I know. Now I'm like, I get up at this time anyway, and I get home way later. Why was high school me so stupid?
And you have to like find your own way home now. You don't get bussed directly to your door.
Why can't we just live in a like a
Benjamin Button world?
No, in like a world that just busses you to your job.
I wouldn't trust it.
8 to 12.
I've seen how the public transit in this state works.
That's because it's privatized transit in Massachusetts, which is retarded. Oh no. Let's video games.
No, we're getting.
I don't want to talk about
the MBTA and the nightmare that it is.
Privatized transit system. Suck my dick. Fucking, it should be government run. It should be facilitated.
We're getting back off topic.
It should be fucking. It should.
Okay. All right. Hey, that's
hate
okay.
The MBTA.
All right. That's okay.
We all do.
Everybody hates the MBTA unless you don't live in Massachusetts. So Ed, what's your favorite open world game?
Probably Prototype. Because it plays up to what I'm looking for in an open world game, which is allowing me to be a sociopath. So I loved that you could pick up an old lady, run to the top of the tallest building, and if the tallest building wasn't anywhere near you, that's not a problem. You run super fast, baby. And then you could just throw her.
The best part is you would spiral like a perfectly thrown football.
Or you could like lock onto people from the top of that building. This was best done in concert with each other. Like you would run to the top of the building, whip an old lady, and then like hammer drop someone from the top of the building before she hits the ground. And if you're fast enough, you could go catch her again.
And try and save her life and try and put that lady through the ringer.
I didn't like that there was no way to just drop people in Prototype. Like you had to throw them.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to just relocate people to the top of buildings and be like, you live here now, and then leave.
If you throw them at the ground,
they die.
Like, okay.
It sounds and they're gone.
Can you throw them straight up?
No, you don't think you could actually aim it.
Not
I think you
straight.
Yeah, you could just look in a direction and then push the throw button and you just throw.
So
it
the second you put someone in your hands, they're gone.
Because you could either throw them or you could eat them. Yeah, you just consume them and become them.
But yeah, Prototype.
Businessman.
Oh yeah, because this one guy was wearing a suit and he had white gloves.
He was probably an assassin.
Well, he was you.
But his cover was a businessman. But yeah, Prototype. It's the kind of game that I like, open world, where like it's just you can fuck around really easily.
I always love that visual of like an old lady running up the side of the building.
I honestly just
Throwing other old ladies.
picking up people like 60 years her junior and hucking them half a mile.
This is you millennials.
Picking up a car and throwing it at a helicopter.
You millennials.
You saying prototype reminded me of.
Who's your Hulk Hogan movie?
Yes, it was. If you didn't hear what Nick said because he had a mouthful of
Blue drink.
It was Hulk Ultimate Destruction, which was made by the same people that made Prototype. Might be my actual favorite open world because I forgot about it until you mentioned Prototype.
Quite the market left on you then.
And yeah, and I think they like in terms of like open world and interacting with the open world. I think they removed a lot of stuff from Prototype that I think they should have kept in from Hulk Ultimate Destruction. I'm sure they used like a different engine and like completely made it from scratch. But my favorite part about Hulk Ultimate Destruction is the fact that you can just
fucking take it.
Is the fact that you can like take like different building parts and like car things and like turn them into weapons. Like you could, I remember you could take a signpost. You just run up to like a lamppost or a signpost and you would just grab it and then you could use it as a baseball bat to like sprint at someone and then you do like a running like baseball swing that would send them flying. Or you could take it and huck it like a spear, which would impale like the Hulkbuster robots that would be sent after you.
You wouldn't even need to pick up a signpost in Prototype. He could just turn his arm into a bat and
What was
people.
that for?
What
What system was
GameCube era? I think.
GameCube, Xbox. I have it for the original Xbox still. We should play it on our game for our gameplay series
on our gaming channel.
On our gaming channel, which this is also
This is
on.
that.
We're
We're lazy. We're not making a new channel for
Yeah.
eating breakfast once a week.
You could go up to to car dealerships and you could take the big fuzzy inflatable like gorilla that's on top of the car dealerships and you could jump and then you could just gently float back to the ground.
The Hulk should be way heavier than those inflatable monkeys. I'm calling bullshit on that.
There were like gas stations where like the sign for the gas station was just this giant ball, so you could like take it and bowling ball down a street. You could take buses and use them as fucking skateboards.
I think that tells us that the guy who had fun at that company left between those two games. How's it going, man?
I was going insane.
Why?
I was looking at the inside of my drink and I was like, why is there print on the inside of the cup?
But it's on the
It's on the goddamn... Okay. My actual favorite open world game, since everyone has fake favorites and actual
I don't. I'm sticking with
Shut
Prototype.
the... Nate, Prototype 2 is your actual one.
Prototype 2 was better than Prototype.
Well, yeah, it's the same fucking game. Except you play as a black guy instead of a white guy.
Also, helicopters don't fuck your shit. That's the thing I hated about Prototype was that helicopters and their stupid nonsense would just fuck your
Yeah, they
day.
gave you a... Did you have the whip thing in the first one?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
You did, but it wasn't like you couldn't grab things with it. It was just like a sweeping attack.
Oh, yeah. You could just...
Yeah. What's your actual favorite open world game?
Fallout 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fallout's,
shit, what up?
Fallout's a good game.
I
Is it
only
a good
played
game?
4. It was
Very-
okay.
It's great.
It's okay.
Well, it's, yeah. We can have a whole other podcast about 4.
That could be next week's topic.
It won't
Is
be.
game sequels that are not as good as the
I
prequels.
think 4 is good. We'll do a mini podcast about 4 right now.
Okay,
I think
all
4
right.
is good, but it could have been better.
It could have been.
I think they shot themselves in the foot by making the protagonist have a voice.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have done that. It really closed the door for a lot of mod creators that create like immersion mods, because now they either have to make the dude silent, which he isn't in the game, so all of a sudden you're going into an area and he has to talk to somebody and it's just quiet, or they have to like stitch together lines or hire someone else to do them.
Yeah.
Hello, my friend.
They do, no joke. Some people have done that, and I'm really impressed by that because like they have to go through shit tons of dialogue to do that, which means they care about their products. But Bethesda just made it that much harder, adding adding a feature that wasn't necessary to the game's experience. It was a weird choice by Bethesda to do that.
They should have just kept that guy on retainer and had people send in scripts. And
I mean, like, I'm sure someone who's actually really, really serious about making a mod for that game might reach out to that guy or that gal, depending on, well, probably both. They'd have to reach out to both, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, Fallout 3 is a great game.
It is a great game.
And I love it.
I think for Fallout 4, they tried too much to be like BioWare. And they're like, here's a selection of things you can say.
Well, it's weird.
Take FemShep through the wasteland.
It's weird it's weird to simplify such like a cornerstone mechanic.
Yeah.
To that point of like 4 options. Like, I don't like the thing. This is hold on. The thing that really strikes me about games like Fallout 3 and Oblivion specifically, was that the main story took a second seat to the personal experience. Mm-hmm. And I feel like both Skyrim is a mild misstep in that direction, because like it kind of forces you into a main character position, makes that main story more important than the other ones. And definitely in Fallout. Yeah. Fallout 4, rather. It's the main story in Fallout 4 is paramount in comparison to the other ones, which is a really, really sad thing, because some of the best times I've had in Oblivion and in Fallout 3 were like the organic moments that you don't really think about, or the side quests, or the, like, you know,
they had a lot of good like writing and funny stories and funny characters that could only really exist when done through text. Like, especially for your character, you could say some pretty funny stuff based on like what build you go for. Like, I remember like there was like, if you were stupid, like if your intelligence stat was low, you would say
they got rid of all that stuff.
Yeah, you would say like dumber things, like and your speech would be less eloquent because you have a lower intelligence. Something you can't really do when you have a voiced protagonist, because then you'd have to go and create thousands more voice lines based on like the character that you were building.
It was a weird direction, and it really like made like, when people fondly look back on the Fallout series, I don't think 4 is going to be part of that. Yeah, I think 4 will be like, it looked nice. Kind of. It was a pretty game. No, it looks nice, and it plays very well.
You can build things.
Yeah, it was so, honestly,
that
like,
should have been.
It was a neat and fucking mechanic, right? But once again, like, it's kind of gimmicky. It is. I Fallout 4. The more I think about it, because like it's hard to hate. I almost have a weird like national pride or state pride for Fallout 4, because of we're from here and Fallout 4 takes place around here, and it's like I hate hating on it because for like reasons like that. Yeah, but it really did pigeonhole itself with a D. Really did that to make itself just a more simplified experience, which I don't think was the way it needed to go.
I just wish they tried harder too. If they were going to make if they were going to make like a voice protagonist that had like a set amount of things that he was going to say based on like the character he was talking to, I just don't know why they thought it would be okay to make all of those options the same. Like, if someone went through and pointed out shortly after the game came out, like, if you like the thing you say, the thing your character says when you select an option, a speech option, does not represent what is actually written in those options. And someone found that, like, if you were like, out of all the 4 options, every time you pushed one of those options, the only thing he would say would be like, yes. For all 4 options, he said his voice would say the same thing.
They made it like they basically simplified every decision down to like yes or no. And no was like a secret answer for most of them, because like you can back out of conversations and that counts as like you're talking to somebody, just be like and walk away. That they counted that as an option, whereas the other 4 options just equal okay, and like I don't know if the pay is gonna have to be good, but I'll do it, you know. And like 2 other oones, they were just yes in different like ways of saying it.
Yeah, that's what I really didn't like was that they did this thing and then they kind of just half-assed it. Because it could have been okay if they went through like great lengths to make every option different, which would have been a lot more work, granted, but it would have made a better experience than what we had. But yes, I agree that they should have gone down that hole, because a lot of what makes Fallout as a series great is the fact that you can interact in different ways to the characters around you.
Yeah, it's a more organic experience, that they really got rid of that. Because I remember in Fallout 3, like you can literally walk. If you manage to discover the last place where spoiler alert, where your father is, you can just go do that. Like, you don't have to go through the whole quest line. You can walk up to the place and like they might be there, or someone will be there and tell you like, oh shit, something's going on in there. You know, you don't have to go through the actual quest line to get there. You can accidentally stumble across it. You can accidentally stumble across everything. In Oblivion, like the Thieves Guild quest was the best quest in the game. And I loved that in the main story, you were only second to Sean Bean. Yeah. Sean Bean was the main character. He was the hero of Oblivion.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Yes. But you're just like a catalyst. Like you're not even like you're second importance to Sean Bean. Sean Bean's important. You're the hero Kavach, so you're kind of okay. You know Sean Bean though. But yeah, it's just like those organic stories, those organic moments, like the fact that like the other things, I just wish fucking Mass Effect 3.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Podcast over.
Where we at?
About half an hour.
Wow, this is a quick one.
Yeah, it was a quick one.
What about, for follow-up, what would be your ideal open world
Oh
game?
yeah, we only really asked one question.
Yeah, that's true.
I forgot.
Well, I mean, you talked shit about a bunch of open world games. So. By a bunch, I mean like one.
Yeah.
Because you said some bad things about Skyrim.
I think Skyrim was like... It's weird because I think Skyrim was like a symptom of Fallout 4. If people had like been like, Bethesda, you okay? You got. I see. Skyrim's good, but I see where you're going. No.
I think a lot of that has to do with like simplifying for a wider audience. I think Skyrim was their first step in that, because from Oblivion to Skyrim, I remember in Oblivion one of the more fun things to do was creating or enchanting weapons with all these different like effects, just to see what would happen. Because I remember it was more of like you put a bunch of shit in a pot and see what it makes kind of thing. Where like I would be like, oh shit, I have this thing that sets people on fire and puts them to sleep at the same time. That's great. I didn't know I was gonna get that. Whereas in Skyrim, it's just like, here's what you do. You get this. You just enchant this for this spell. You can apply this, but it's gonna be weaker on another thing. Oh, and if you spend 18 hours only enchanting, you'll get up to the perk where you can get 2 enchantments on one item. Holy jeez. Like, and that was just them being like, we're gonna make it simpler because people are stupid and they don't like they feel intimidated by this big complex mechanic.
Or you just not enchant. Like that's just it. Oblivion, you didn't have to. I mean, you don't have to do anything in either of those games. It's just that Skyrim was definitely like it's like a gradient almost from like a Fallout 3 and Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 4. You got to see like that direction, or like trending towards that direction. Skyrim still, I think I prefer to load up Skyrim than I do Oblivion, simply because it looks a lot nicer and the mechanics aren't like, the mechanics are better. Like the game experience, the gameplay experience is still better. Plus mods don't really interfere with the story like they would in Fallout 4 if you got like a story mod or anything like that. Or like an alternate start mod or something like that, which I don't think would even work in Fallout. I don't even know how that would work.
I don't know either.
My ideal open world game?
Yeah. I can go first because we all know what mine is.
Yeah, you go.
I want like a GTA game, but one character in that GTA game is a T-1000. And if you shoot him, he will chase you forever and ruin that game for you.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
Would
I would
be.
watch people play that like blind on YouTube all fucking day because they would get to that point. Who knows how long? It could be anywhere. It could be like...
It could be never. They could never.
Yeah, they could never find
They
it.
could never find it.
Someone can get through that entire
8 million.
game and go, oh, that was a pretty good open world game. Kind of like GTA, but it was okay.
But I bet that never happens. Because there would be one point where they'd be like, I'm just going to go around killing people. And they do that for like an hour. And then one guy just gets back up and points and then chases them for days.
There should be
It'd be turned into like a survival horror game. You go
Yeah,
from open
yeah, it
world to
does.
survival horror. You're bending genres there, Edward.
I know.
there should be like points in the game where you're just like walking around, like doing whatever it is you're doing, and then you just like every once in a while a character will like hold up a picture and show it to somebody of like a little boy and just like hold it up to them.
And they're just like, what? Have you seen this man?
It's a picture of you.
If there's an actual picture of the person playing the game, like it harnesses like the webcam or some shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think like an open world game where you swing around.
You talking about Spider-Man 2?
What? No, I'm making one up. My ideal open world game
Okay.
would be one where you swing around and it, like the swinging's like contextual to the height of the buildings and the speed is like that as well. You know, a game like that. A game that lets you
Like
swing.
Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
We're
that
never
game
gonna
exists?
get that game. No, it doesn't.
Someone made... One of the guys who worked on Spider-Man 2 did a Kickstarter a while ago.
Did that ever go through?
I don't know. I can
You should look it up, yeah, because like I'd be willing. Because that was like, I think Spider-Man 2 is an okay game, but the swinging's awesome.
Yeah, the swinging is the best part.
It would really have to be like a game where getting around the city is fun, or whatever it is fun.
Yeah,
That would be my ideal open world game.
that's why I hate. If we're talking about favorite open world games, I'm going to talk about my least favorite open world game or game series, which is Infamous. I hate Infamous because getting around in that city is just god awful, and they make it worse with every game. Actually, no, getting around in Infamous 1 wasn't too bad because there was a lot of things that you could just like jump on a rail or like a side of a building, and you could like use your electric powers to like glide yourself across. They got rid of most of that in Infamous 2. Like there was still like train tracks you could do that on, but for the most part, like you couldn't. Getting around was a pain in the dick.
Not only did it go through and was funded, it's out, baby.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
What's
$18 on Steam.
What's the game
With
called?
a rating of 8 out of 10.
Oh wow!
Really? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it
It's
just?
Energy Hook.
Huh?
Is it
it's
just
the
a
name
game
of it.
where you swing?
Yeah. It's the point of the game.
I love it. I love this.
I'm gonna-
You're gonna buy this game?
I prophetized that game a moment ago.
Let's buy that game and let's record it.
Yeah.
We can do that today if you want.
Saints Row, or not Saints Row, Sunset Overdrive.
Oh yeah.
It's a game that
I forget about that game a lot.
it's sad because like I do too, and I don't know what that means about the game, but I really enjoyed my time with Sunset
Yeah.
Overdrive.
I think it might have a little bit in the direction of Saints Row's issue. It went a little too goofy to be like a standout title.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what its problem is. It's weird because I really like Sunset Overdrive. It's just doesn't stick with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
And
maybe it's because like the world itself has so much character, but the characters in the world don't have that much.
maybe.
Like there's nothing to tie me to that world.
I remember like the factions of people in the world, but I don't remember specific people.
Yeah, there were the Boy Scouts and their leader he was a spud man.
And then there were the LARPers.
Okay.
I don't remember any of them in particular.
Yeah.
There was
I remember there was one guy from the LARPers, and that's only because he was a spoof of Hodor. Hardcore. His name was Hardcore because he would always say hardcore. He'd be like hardcore.
I vaguely remember. Yeah, it was a game where I like would chuckle to myself a lot, but like I said, nothing really stuck with me. I wish that there was like it's not like, oh, Master Chief is cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, Corvo's a really cool looking guy. He's cool. You know, there's nothing really tying me to that world, which is sad.
It is
Yeah.
It's sad because all that game really needs is like a couple, like Borderlands. I think it's not. It is open world.
It is, yeah.
Kinda.
There's like load points, but I mean, you get in a car, you drive around, you do missions.
Borderlands 2, at least, is a game where it takes a similar tone to Sunset Overdrive, but has characters that I can kind of tie myself to, and like that makes that game more important to me.
Yeah.
Than Sunset Overdrive. It's a damn shame because Sunset Overdrive's fucking solid as shit.
It is. It should have been a staple of everybody's Xbox One library.
I think it probably was when it came out. It's just
I don't know.
like...
Because I saw a lot of people being like, it doesn't look like it's for me. Which I understand, but like, they should give it a try.
It's a fun game to play. It's fun. And the mechanics are solid. The gameplay's fun. The tone is great. The art direction is amazing. I like I said, I have a hard time putting a finger on what the problem with that game is, but like I said, it might just be that there's no character in that game. It's all substance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or all flair and no substance. What the fuck's... I'm using a lot of like turn of phrases.
I think it had flair and substance, but I don't know. I don't know why.
I think my problem with it was it went too far in the goofy. There wasn't really a coherent story or anything to it. It was just like you go from place to place and you do stuff for people who are tropes.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
Yeah, it's all jokes.
You fight a soda man.
There's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. It's jokes.
It's all jokes.
It's Mr. Jokes.
Elbow. It's so darn close.
It's fine.
It is fine. But what if it wasn't? We should go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
I don't want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
You just want the Titanfall skin.
I want the Titanfall thing.
Buffalo Wild Wings has a Titanfall skin?
Yeah. We should go there to eat. I know we don't want it, but we want the thing, right?
I don't know. I have to see it.
It's pretty neat.
Is it?
I don't know.
Show me after.
Yeah.
What's your ideal open world game came up?
I was actually thinking about this on my own before this topic was brought up elsewhere. But
me too.
I really like. So I really like, and I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but it's interesting that none of us has brought up No Man's Sky in any.
That's because we're trying to forget.
Yeah, but it's not only an open world game, it's an open universe game, which is really neat. And I think the mechanics behind how that game works is really cool. I just wish there was an actual game inside that universe.
It's coming out soon. Star Citizen.
And my ideal open world game
is an open worlds game.
Is an open worlds game where you could go from planet to planet, but instead of sitting there and looking at rocks for 4 hours,
look at these rocks.
So there's an actual like combat system, and so a while ago, someone took on Reddit. Someone took a screenshot of I think it was The Witcher 3 in like one of the DLC areas, where he was like standing. He was like wearing like this like robe. It was like a tattered robe, and he had like his sword drawn, and there was like this desert rocky looking area, and he was like, you could see like the big moon in the sky, and he was and the person who posted that picture was saying like, wouldn't it be great if you took the kind of story building from The Witcher and put it in the Star Wars universe, because it looked like very like, you know, he looked like a Jedi standing on like a planet with the fucking another celestial being in the sky. And I was like, wow, wouldn't that be great if you could be like someone who goes from planet to planet, and it has like a similar fighting mechanics to something like Dragon's Dogma, which had
Dragon's Dogma's a good open world game.
It is a good world.
And shit!
Outside of being a really good open world game, I think it has really good fighting mechanics.
It does. You can hug a dragon's tummy.
You can. But like an open world game where you can like, you go to a planet, there's like a monster that shows up on the planet, or like a robot or something, some giant like
something
being. You go and you fight it with like fucking swords and shields and maybe guns, and then it dies, and you get on your ship and you go to another planet.
I think that would be awesome.
It's like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah,
I think it would also be awesome if you had the option to then conquer that planet. And everyone's like, you saved us! And it's like, not so fast, baby birds. Back into the nest. And they're like, oh no, new tyrant.
That's what I'll call this planet.
You go to
New tyrant.
You go to a planet and you kill the guy, and it's just like, oh, we really liked him. He was a great guy. Why'd you
Yeah, I
kill
know.
him?
He seemed really great. Now I'm drinking wine out of his skull.
It's a big skull, too. I'm hammered.
He's a big alien man. Are you going to do anything about that monster? No, that monster's my pet now. Aww.
Welcome to hell.
That's what I'm calling this planet.
It's called hell.
Don't worry, I've opened up trades with New Tyrant. That's the last planet that I conquered.
And the previous planet. Oh, I'm pretty good at this.
Now I'm on to that planet. I don't know that planet's name, but I know what it will be called. My planet.
Hell, New Tyrant. I'm pretty good at this. And
And
my
my
planet. I like your solar system.
That'd be a sick game. CD Projekt Red should get on that.
Aren't they working on a
Cyberpunky game?
cyberpunk game?
I think it's called Cyberpunk
2077?
33 or
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
That, yeah.
That could be good.
CD Projekt, I mean, like, for all the thing, it's weird because, like, the only reason I don't like The Witcher 3, and I do
It's
like
Warner
it.
Brothers.
What?
They own them.
Yeah,
So? I don't think Warner
Their
Brothers is fine.
DLC things. Warner Brothers is not a good
Witcher
publisher.
Witcher hasn't had any issues with DLC. It's just that I don't like The Witcher. I just don't like him. I don't like the story. It doesn't
Geralt.
appeal to me. It could just be because I never played the previous two, but I've just never really. I really like the gameplay. Couldn't get into that goddamn story. I gave no shits about Geralt and his stupid shit. I don't care. You can go be angsty and old somewhere else. fucker.
He's not that
But
old.
you know what? It is a great open world game that none of us talked about. Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
It is like
That
a
is-
fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was
pretty great.
Probably,
Another Warner Brothers game.
if we could take aspects from all these games, like say you go from planet to planet and you kill a guy, but he comes back.
You conquered my planet!
No, it's my planet. It's called
Old
My
Tyrant.
Planet. Old Tyrant.
He comes back and retakes his
I just,
planet.
No,
I
he
just
doesn't.
want to see like the poor oppressed people just sitting underneath.
I don't think I ever lost to my rival in Shadows of Mordor because I didn't know who it was. It was just like 3 guys kept coming back, but this one guy I chopped his head off and he showed up again at the last fight. And I was like, how the fuck? Your head was gone.
I had one guy. It was the same guy, and he kept Akbak.
Akbak.
He kept showing up. I killed him, and then he came back, and he was like, "It's you!" And he had like this big like scar on his chest. And he came back 4 or 5 times throughout the entire series. And in the last fight, he was mostly metal and stitches, and he was like, "I'm back!" And I'm like,
Akbak, go away.
"Wow, you must be in so much pain, Akbak."
I also loved that you could mind control people and send them to do shit for you and call for help while you're in a fight, because I had Gorbak, and he had my back for quite a few fights, but then he got his ass killed, because he took on more than he could chew. He was an archer. What was he doing in the fray? Jesus Christ.
The Fray's not even that good of a band. It's
How to save a life.
It's such a good game.
It is.
It is, yeah.
It was like Assassin's Creed. Wow, what are we doing? Assassin's Creed's a great open world game as well. At least like, yeah,
1 through 2 and 2.75.
Assassin's Creed 2 is good. Assassin's Creed
Brotherhood
is good. The pirate one 4 is good, and I hear 6 is good.
the British one. Yeah, I hear that one's pretty
one.
good too.
So like, yeah,
What's the one where people didn't have faces?
that was the French one.
Unity?
Right before British. But I stopped playing after Pirates.
Yeah.
The pirate one was awesome because it's almost kind of like the Planet idea, like just getting on a ship, sailing to another place, doing what you can do in that other place that is fun to do. You know, that's really what it boiled down to, is like the Assassin's Creed and Shadow of Mordor were both fun to play.
Yeah.
Like, even if something went wrong, it never really felt like it was the game's fault. Something went wrong, and it always kind of felt like you fucked up. In both those
Italian knew
games.
the way.
Italian did know the way. Yeah, no, those are awesome games. All of those games are awesome games.
Yeah.
I'm surprised those didn't come up sooner.
I know.
Assassin's Creed though, like burnt out on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I mean, like I can't say I'm not burnt out on Assassin's Creed because I definitely am, but like I can't also not deny that I loved Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and 4. I loved those games. Those were awesome games. 3 was a little boring.
Yeah, and
because Connor's a cunt.
I hated him. They went from I loved his dad. Like I like if they didn't tell me who the
Hasham.
Fucking.
It was fun seeing you guys work that out.
If they didn't already tell the audience that the next protagonist of Assassin's Creed was going to be like a Native American, and you play the third one, and it's like, oh, it's Haytham, and he's this suave British guy, and he's like super cool and like a good fighter, I'd be like, oh wow, this is great. But then they switch you out for Connor, and you go, this is terrible. He's a fucking grumpy ass cunt.
He is grumpy. He's very grumpy. And what I liked a lot about 3 was I liked its setting. I really liked the setting.
Yeah.
That counter side of that, though, is that a lot of the running around and doing all the neat shit you would do in like 1 and 2 was completely countered by like the 1 and 2 story houses.
Yeah.
So like,
they tried to fix it by adding like, oh, you can go in trees now.
And trees, they don't always work the way that you would expect them to because they're fucking organic things.
Well, the thing is, like, you could the trees, like, there was a path to the trees and there's only a single path. So you see like a thing, like it's super obvious when there's a tree that you can like climb up into. Mm. So you would like climb up into the tree, and then there's only one tree you can go to. And then you go to that tree, then also one more tree that you can go to. Like it's not like a network of tree systems.
The paths didn't they didn't branch.
Yeah, they didn't. There was no branching.
I'm ending it.
There's no branching paths to these trees. You would just get into a tree, and then you would end up like on the ground somewhere else. But it's not like you could travel from tree to tree like organically. Like it was a set path you had to take. So there's no point in going into the trees.
Yeah, running on rooftops is one of the funnest things about Assassin's Creed, and I think 3 didn't really capture that.
Nope.
The setting, the story was pretty okay. It's just it was boring, and Connor was a cunt.
Yeah.
Poor Connor.
He
I
just
hated him.
He just wasn't that good. He just wasn't. He was no Edward
Conway.
Conway, yeah. He was like Haytham's dad or some shit.
Yeah, he was Haytham's dad.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's no Ezio Auditore either. Ezio Auditore, suave fucking Italian bitch. Fuck, that guy's awesome.
He's a bitch.
He's a suave Italian. He is a bitch. I fucking the way he talks. He was like, "Mama." Like he was like fucking some lady. And his mom like busted. He's like, Ezio. He's like, "Mama."
Whew. All right.
Don't you see I'm getting my meatballs tossed, Mama?
Jesus. Spaghetti and cheeses.
Yeah, no, Assassin's Creed's good.
Yeah, it is.
Shadows of Mordor was good.
Shadows of Mordor is great. We should play it.
We should. It ends pretty quick too. Like
it's a quick game.
The problem I usually have with open world games is that a lot of the times, for a lot of them, they inflate the time it takes to complete the games by filling it with just like a bunch of garbage. Like even though Assassin's Creed is a great series, Red Dead Redemption is great. We're not gonna talk about it, but it is great. But open world games like to.
I was thinking about talking about Dark Souls, but
Dark Souls is the first one is a really good open world game.
It is.
The others,
they're not really open.
Not as open.
Like a hub world, especially the new one is a hub.
Yeah,
it is.
But a lot of open world games like to inflate their world with just like the same missions that have like different like styles of people that are like, hey, I need you to collect these apples from this tree. Can you go do that for me? And you go, sure. And you collect 6 apples. You bring it back to the guy, and it's just like, thanks for bringing me these apples.
Hey,
here's experience.
Hey, my kid's missing. He really likes apples. Can you grab me 6 apples from that tree?
Like the amount of children that let go of their balloons in New York City is so high.
Which game is that?
Spider-Man 2. You're just like, you're swinging through New York, all organic and everything's nice and like you're getting through it's really fun to go through the city, and then all of a sudden you hear my balloon, and then you see like a thing, you grab it and you bring it down to this girl. It's like, thanks, Spider-Man.
Do you grab it with your hand or do you web it? Because if you web it, I'd imagine the force of the web hitting the balloon would pop it.
You grab it. You have to actually like
Swing
fall into it.
Could you?
And then...
I don't remember, but could you grab the balloon and walk near the kid
and then walk away
from the kid?
Steal that kid's balloon.
I don't remember if I ever tried it, but I think if you grab the balloon and go near her, it just automatically like gives it to the girl.
Just steal a bunch.
But
of
I don't know what
balloons
happens
float.
if you grab the balloon and then just keep swinging.
Well, that's something.
Also, a really fun thing to do in Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Getting back to the fact that you couldn't put people down. I think this is why I brought Hulk Ultimate Destruction up in the first place. Is in that game, you actually could put people down. So what I would do is I would grab a person and I would run up to the top of a building, and then you put them down. And when you put them down, you like set them down and you pat them on the head.
That's because you're a good guy, kind of.
And they would get afraid and run. And because it was 2003, they would run off the building. And so I would jump with them, and we'd fall together. And he'd hit the ground and die, and I'd hit the ground, and I'm the Hulk, so I don't die. But if you pick them up quick enough before they actually like technically die, you can run back up to the top of the building and do it all over again.
The Hulk has time loop powers.
I guess so. You've come to bargain.
Ooh. Spoilers.
Ooh.
It wasn't spoilers until you said something.
You fucker. You ruined it. Spoilers for what, though? You have to watch all the movies in the world. My least favorite open world game is LA Noire. But not because the world is awesome. It's just I hate that game, and with the passion. But my favorite part of because I remember you couldn't kill people like just normally. You weren't allowed to like kill people.
Yeah, you're a cop. You're not supposed to kill people.
You can't just get into your jalopy and run down a sidewalk. It frowns upon that. But like one way I found to kill somebody was on the steps outside of a courthouse. I walked into a dude for like 6 or 7 minutes, and he kept falling over until he didn't get up. So he died.
He broke his neck off the side of a courthouse because a cop kept pushing him over.
I wasn't even. I was just walking into him. I wasn't even doing anything. I was just telling him that there was nothing he could do.
You were bullying him?
I bullied him to death.
The sad truth of the world.
I'm glad Cole Phelps died in the goddamn sewer.
Whoa.
Spoilers.
Yeah, fuck that game. I don't care. I'm not even going to put up a spoiler warning for that. Ruin that game for everyone. Bad game. Don't play it. Don't support your local fire department. No, do. That's probably something you should do.
What if they announce that they're bumping Red Dead 2 to make LA Noire 2?
I'd still be kind of excited because like it can't be any worse.
It can be.
You just play as Cole Phelps' corpse in that sewer for the whole game.
That sounds awesome.
You can't move, you're a corpse.
Would that be like the Undead Nightmare version of LA Noire?
Just a corpse. A T-1000 walks by.
Well, at least you get to play as Cole Phelps for the whole game. I hate LA Noire. The second the guy, I'm going to talk about it. I thought about it.
Okay, all right.
The second the guy gets interesting, Mr. Cole Phelps and his backstory starts getting all unraveled, you start playing as another guy who's a slightly better person. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, that seemed like an odd choice for the writers to be like, let's spend like the majority of this game developing this character.
It's just like the second he becomes kind of a shitty person, the game removes control. He's not the main character anymore. You start playing as this other guy who is part of like Cole Phelps' outfit back in like Nam, where Cole Phelps did some shitty things, and you find all that, and he's cheating on his wife, and he's doing all these shitty things. But the second you find out all this bad stuff about Cole Phelps, you stop playing as Cole Phelps until like the very end, where you play as him I think one more time, and he sacrifices himself for I don't even care. I don't care that he sacrifices himself. I haven't played him for the past hour and a half or 2 hours. I could give two shits. Fuck that game, dude. It's just I've never.
Do well? Did that
I think
game
it
do
did
well?
okay. I don't know. I mean, like the technology they used was cool. It looked really weird. Their faces, because it's like real people's like faces.
Yeah.
It's not just mocapped. It's kind of like it's something else too.
It's like augmented mocap because they did do like motion capture.
They did, but it's like their face. It's like almost like just it's because like mocap technology, like to turn a girl into a beautiful blue alien. That looked pretty realistic, I mean, all things considered. But this game was like their real face on like a body, but their face was kind of moving independently of the rest of the head sometimes. So like you'd see something where you're like, the chin should be moving different, but his mouth is moving a lot. I don't.
Oh God, these lips.
And I loved when they lied. Because, like, they'd be like, oh, you know, the body, I hadn't seen Jimmy in 12 days.
That's only a joke for us.
And then Cole Phelps is just like, I believe you.
Nailed it.
Cole
that was
Phelps
another one of those, like...
goes up to into a crime scene where there was a goddamn murder, finds a knife in a bush and goes, inconsequential. And shoves it back in a bush. Who? What cop?
Bad cop.
What cop? What cop shoves a knife back in a bush? It's not a bush. The knife didn't grow on the bush.
You don't have a bush tree? I'm done.
You what? Bushes don't grow on trees.
Bushes?
You're right.
Fuck.
You don't have a bush tree.
I meant knife bush.
No, they're called bush trees. That's where you get knives these days.
Fine, you don't have a bush tree. That'd be fucking crazy
Isn't
looking.
that just a tree?
No, it's a tree that grows bushes, and then in the fall, the bushes fall around the tree.
And they get all gross, and you have to rake them up, and there's these giant
Tumbleweeds. Whew.
What, you don't have a bush tree?
Oh, man.
Is that it? We're gonna end it on there?
What time is it?
It's at like an hour.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna end it at Bush Tree.
We're gonna end it on LA Noir and bush trees. Okay, bye, everyone.
See you next week.